Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan episode. In this episode each week, I share with you what's on my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. I also have a blog post with this meal plan that comes out the same day as the podcast on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. And in that blog post, it's basically just a listing of the meal plan that I will go over today. And then it has links to any recipes that I might mention in this podcast. And I just do this because I think maybe it could help someone with getting some ideas to get their meal plan together, or just kind of provide you some inspiration. Meal planning does not have to mean having all new meals all the time, and I definitely do not have all new meals all the time. We repeat meals very frequently. It just makes life a lot easier, and I just I just don't have time right now in my life. It's not a priority to me to always have some new meals. So we rotate things regularly, and we throw in some new things here or there when we have time. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, March 18th. So for Saturday, I'm going to be doing creamy instant pot chicken breast. This is from thereciperebel.com. And this is basically just like chicken breast in the instant pot with like chicken broth and some seasoning and heavy cream and pesto. And then on the side, I'm going to be making easy rice baked casserole from foodnetwork.com. This is a pretty simple casserole to put together. It's with spinach, like the frozen chopped spinach, and egg and cheddar and rice, and you bake it all in the oven. I really like that, and it kind of combines like rice and spinach together and cheese and everything. So it's kind of like I'll only make one side dish when I make that, because I feel like it's got the vegetable in it, the rice, cheese, whatever, we're good. So that's for Saturday. For Sunday, we are doing meatloaf. We make Jenny O's Best Ever Meatloaf, which is from jennyo.com. This is a turkey meatloaf made with ground turkey. It just happens to be the recipe I've always used, so that's what I always make when I make meatloaf. That's what the kids are used to. I'm also just going to do box shells and cheese with that, and some frozen vegetables, whatever I happen to have on hand. For Monday, I'm going to be doing ribeye steak. For this, I just marinate the steak in a Ziploc bag with some olive oil and red wine vinegar and McCormick Montreal steak seasoning for like a few hours, and then throw it on the grill in the summer or cook it in the air fryer in the winter. I used to do it under the broiler, but I've lit the broiler on fire 2 times doing that because the fat from the steak pops up and hits the broiler, so I don't do that anymore. And then for a side, we're going to do cheesy instant pot rice and vegetables, which is from thesaltymarshmallow.com. Again, this is a similar dish to the one I'm making 2 days prior, and this is basically like rice and vegetables and cheese, but this one cooks in the instant pot. So we'll do that with the steak. Tuesday, we always do some type of Mexican theme meal. So this week we're doing Southwest Skillet by Campbell's Kitchen. This is like a skillet dish that has like ground beef and tomatoes, like canned tomatoes, kidney beans, white rice, cheddar cheese, all that kind of stuff. And then we serve it with tortilla chips. So that's for Tuesday. For Wednesday, we're doing bacon wrapped shrimp, which is from allrecipes.com. I always mention when I make this recipe, I don't actually wrap the shrimp. I just lay them on a sheet pan, and then I take bacon, cut it in pieces, and just kind of layer that all over top of the shrimp. It's much quicker and easier than having to wrap them. And then on the side, I'm going to be doing easy fried rice from seriouseats.com. This is just like a really basic, typical fried rice, you know, like with white rice and vegetables, soy sauce, that type of thing. So that's for Wednesday. For Thursday, we usually do soup for dinner, or soup sometimes with grilled cheese, although I have to say I really have been not making the grilled cheese lately. I've been kind of lazy about that and mostly just been doing soup on soup nights. But we do soup and maybe grilled cheese or breakfast for dinner on Thursdays, because that's the night I go grocery shopping, so I just try and make dinner prep a little simpler. So this week we're doing easy clam chowder, which is from damndelicious.net, and this is really a pretty easy clam chowder to throw together, and it tastes really good. So we are doing that for Thursday. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing baked chicken nuggets, which is from allrecipes.com. This is a recipe where you basically just cut up the chicken breast and into like little bite-sized pieces, of course, and then you toss them in some melted butter and then in the breadcrumbs, and then just throw them on a pan and bake them in the oven. It comes out really quick and easy, and we really like how they taste. And then as a side, I'm going to be doing Sarah's rice pilaf, which is also from allrecipes.com. I really like how this comes out. I haven't actually made rice pilaf prior to this recipe, so I don't know. It seems like a really good recipe to me. It comes out like a really nice rice pilaf, I guess. I don't know. I really like how it comes out, so we're going to do that with the chicken nuggets. And then again, just some frozen vegetables, whatever I happen to have in the freezer. So that's it for this week's meal plan. As I mentioned, you can find this and any of the links to the recipes on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. So that's it for this week. I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.